the end zone. And back deep for Seattle, we have Eric Lane, number 37. And back there with him, Zachary Dixon. Here we go, and we hope you enjoy it. This one heads for Dixon, and he plays a good bounce from the 6, 10, 15, 20, and you just don't get out near that 30-yard line against the Redskins. The ball comes to the 23-yard line after the kickoff by Jeff Hayes. We'll look at the offense of the Seahawks with Jim Zorn. He has Kurt Warner in the backfield with him, along with David Hughes, who's at the fullback spot. Harold Jackson and Steve Largent, the wide receivers. Blair Bush, the center, flanked by McKenzie and Pratt, with the tackles August and Essink, and Charlie Young, the 11-year veteran at tight end, number 87. And Young goes to the right side. They do have both backs in there. Warner wears number 28, and they start from their 23-yard line. Here he comes. A lead block by Hughes, and the play was good for only a couple of yards. And the tackle was made by Darrell Grant up front, number 77, as we checked them up front for the Redskins. Liebenstein, Dave Butts, Darrell Grant, and the exuberant Dexter Manley. The linebackers are Mel Kaufman, what with Monty Coleman out, Olkowitz in the middle, and Malott on the right side. The rookie Darrell Green on the left corner, Bernardine on the right, and the safeties are Jordan and Mark Murphy. Second down and 7 from the 25. The up back is smothered for a loss on the play. The linebacker was sticking his nose in there. Neil Olkowitz, the middle linebacker, and he jammed up the whole play, Hank.
He really did. They had a stunt. They were double teaming Dave Butts, number 65, and you have to double team him. And Olkowitz, number 52, was blitzing from the outside of Butts, came through there, got the penetration, and threw him for a loss. But I tell you, they're going to have a hard time blocking Dave Butts all afternoon. He's 6'7", 295, and he's a snootful, I'll tell you that.
Curtis Jordan, the safety man, came also on the blitz, and it's third down. Third down and 11 for the left-hander Zorn. And an inside handoff and a fumble, and the Redskins have the ball. An inside handoff. Well, those are some of the tricky plays that they used to run. Tony McGee, number 78, came away with the ball.
It's kind of a shuttle pass here. Shovel it. They shovel it, try to get off tackle with it. There's penetration. That kind of a play, you cannot permit penetration. They got penetration, and anytime you get that, you're in trouble. Fumble recovery. McGee, number 78, who comes in basically to rush the passer, was in there to make the play.
Well, less than a minute and a half has been played in the game, and here go the Redskins with Theismann at the controls and Riggins in the backfield from the 19. Riggins is a little further than the 19, but they pile him up and move him back after a couple of yards. A tackle by Shelton Robinson, the inside linebacker, number 57.
You know, one thing we have to look for, Jack, is Manu Tuiasosopo, the man who plays on the nose of the offensive center. Number 74 has basically always been a 4-3 tackle. Now he's playing on the nose of the center, and that's a real tough responsibility, especially against a great center like Jeff Bostic.
They're at the 17-yard line. Bostic out over the ball. Riggins the lone setback. Two tight ends, Warren and Walker. Theismann to Riggins. Hit at the 15. He got only 2. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Tuiasosopo, about whom Hank was just talking, made the tackle, number 74. But the thing about Riggins is he just keeps pounding in there. Theismann, the quarterback. Riggins, the running back. Charlie Brown and Alvin Garrett, the wide receivers. The two tight ends are Walker and Warren. The offensive line, Jacoby Grimm, Bostic, May, and George Stark. Now Joe Washington comes in along with Nick Giaquinto, and Riggins is out. It's 3rd and 6.
They like to run a trap here or a draw a lot of the time with Washington. This time they throw the back in the pocket.
And it is caught inside the 10, and that's a first down. It'll be 1st and goal to go. Boy, it is really tough to cover those tight ends, and that was Don Warren, the best of their tight ends, who caught the ball. The defensive line for Seattle, Tuiasosopo in the middle, Green and Bryant are the defensive ends. Linebackers are Schultz, Robinson, Butler, and Michael Jackson. And the deep backs on the corners, Simpson and Brown, and the wonderful Ken Easley at the safety spot along with John Harris. The ball's at the 6, 1st and goal. side didn't get in on that trip. Riggins is back in there and carried down near the 2. Michael Jackson, the linebacker, stopped him. Riggins hasn't broken one yet, Hank, but we know he will, right?
He just keeps munching along, and that offensive line gives him some seams and some cracks. All he needs is a little running room, and he's going to go into the pile and push it back and come out the other end.
Otis Wansley is in at the fullback spot, number 39, and Clint Didier, the extra tight end, number 86. High formation with Wansley, the up back. There goes Riggins, and he bounces off people, and he is to the goal line, but not in. It'll be 3rd and goal. A lot of backs would have been stopped 2 yards away. Riggins got to the goal line. It's 3rd and goal.
Talking to Gibbs yesterday, Joe Gibbs, he said he'd like to get a big play early to kind of silence the crowd and get a jump on this young Seattle team, because they're very enthusiastic, and nothing will take that enthusiasm away quicker than a big play and a big lead early.
Now we'll see if the Hogs, as they call the offensive line, can move him. Riggins got it. Touchdown.
Flag down on the play, however.
And the first flag of the day has been thrown. They're going to decline the penalty, and it's a touchdown.
A good surge.
Declined. Touchdown.
A good surge by the left side. Jacoby, number 66, Grimm, 68, the tight end. He barely gets it in there, but he gets his nose over the goal line, and they get a touchdown. And they go ahead 6-0.
Otis Wansley helped lead the way. Mark Mosley is 8 out of 8 in extra points. We have 10:22 left in the first quarter, and after recovering a fumble, the Redskins are on top by the score of 7-0. Riggins with a touchdown, his 4th touchdown of the year. Still 2 minutes left in the Dallas game, and we welcome the Washington viewers who just joined us here. The kickoff went to Seattle, and on a 3rd down play, they tried a little shovel pass behind the line of scrimmage. It was fumbled, and Tony McGee recovered it. And on 3rd and goal, after a first down on a pass to Warren, the Redskins went in for a score with Riggins carrying over. Here's Chuck Knox, now the head coach. He's going almost from coast to coast. Los Angeles, Buffalo, back out here.
And it doesn't make any difference where he goes. He always wins. He's done a great job with the Rams and Buffalo Bills, coming back here, winning 2 out of the first 3 games. He's definitely one of the outstanding coaches in the National Football League.
So you saw 6 plays and 19 yards and the touchdown. Jeff Hayes will kick it off for the 2nd time this afternoon. Eric Lane and Zachary Dixon are back there waiting for it.
One thing you have to be careful of, Jack, when you score that easily, you have to be careful that you don't think it's going to be easy all afternoon and have some kind of a letdown and permit this young team to catch fire and come back and get back into the game. It's a long way to go.
Well, we saw that when the Redskins lost to Dallas.
Right.
They got ahead 20-0 and then lost the game. Here's a line drive kick by Hayes, and it is returned by Lane. And he didn't get much further than the 20-yard line. Zachary Dixon returned the ball out to the 21. These special teams of the Redskins are terrific.
And Eric Lane is a cousin of MacArthur Lane, who was such a great running back in the National Football League for such an extended period of time.
Seattle gets the ball for the 2nd time today. We have 10:13 left in the first quarter. Warner, number 28. And David Hughes, the fullback. Warner spins for a couple out near the 23-yard line.
That time, Dave Butt, 65. You're going to hear his name an awful lot here this afternoon, who weighs 295, I mentioned a minute ago. Robert Pratt tried to block him that time. He weighs 250, and it was like throwing a piece of popcorn at a battleship. Didn't get much movement.
There's Dave Butt. You'd think he'd make the Pro Bowl one of these years. Maybe this year.
If he doesn't make it this year, they better have an investigation, Jack, because he deserves it.
Maybe it costs too much to fly him over to Honolulu, as big as he is.
Excess luggage.
2nd down and 8. Here is It's the fullback, David Hughes, getting across the 25 to the 27. We're going to have 3rd and 4. Neil Olkowitz made the tackle.
You know, you have to like this kid, Dave Hughes. Not a good. McKenzie, the left guard, does a good job of staying with his man, and he finds a little crack and gets the most out of the play he possibly can. But David Hughes, he's really got peppy feet and does a good job of running, especially inside.
Another look at Chuck Knox. He's hopeful that he'll get his first down of the day here. Dan Dornink is in the backfield. Zorn needs 4 yards. He's got it. His pass to Harold Jackson, the veteran, now in his 16th year, gives him to Warner, and it gives him a first down.
Spread formation, the shotgun, and he hits Jackson, number 29, who is second leading receiver in the history, as far as yardage is concerned, in the history of the National Football League.
Dallas goes ahead on a safety on a sack, and they lead New Orleans 21-20 with less than 2 minutes remaining in that 4th quarter. Ball from the 35. He airs it out long, and it is incomplete. Almost walking away with it was Darrell Green, the rookie out of Texas A&I.
This is a play-action fake, and Jackson is going downfield trying to turn Green, but Green maintains good position. The ball is thrown way out in front. He has possession, should have made the interception, but in the process of trying to get himself righted, he dropped the football. And I think, yeah, Joe Gibbs called him an MX missile. Pretty cute. He can really fly.
He's probably the fastest man out there on the field. Darrell Green, the rookie out of Texas A&I, playing where Jarris White played last year. 2nd and 10. Warner went before the snap. He went left, then right, and he lost 2 or 3 yards on the play as Neil Olkowitz got in there. I got a kick out of Olkowitz. Everybody kept putting him down. He went from one club to another. They said he was too small to play the middle, and there he is with one of the best defensive teams in the game.
Yeah, he's bigger than you think, though. He's 6 foot even, 233. He's a law enforcement officer, and he enforced that play in good shape that time. He really forced it beautifully on a blitz to the left side.
Kurt Warner lost 2.5. We'll call it 3rd down and 12. The Redskins are leading here 7-0. Extra back, Ken Coffey in there.
Blitz again.
Zorn running for his life, gets away from the blitz and throws, and it is caught. First down at the 49. What a great catch by Largent.
Here they have a blitz coming. Zorn, and then he runs to his left, gets outside of containment, which is something that you can't do. It's a good lane to throw the ball to Steve Largent. He comes back for it, makes the catch, good for 18 yards. He dodged the bullet there. Beautiful play by Jim Zorn.
Darrell Green, the rookie, was covering. He'll have a busy day with Largent, won't he?
Largent doesn't have great speed, but he's got terrific moves. He doesn't have 4.4 speed, but he's got 4.4 hands.
There goes the fullback, Hughes. Down inside the 45 to the 44. He got 6. Olkowitz tackled him. I like the way he moves.
Yeah, watching him in practice and talking to Chuck Knox and the coaches, they like him very, very much. And he didn't have a good year last year, but he looks like he's going to add a great dimension to this team offensively.
Hughes is a 6-footer, 220 out of Boise State. This is his 3rd year. 2nd down and 4. I imagine we'll see Warner here. There he goes. Makes his cut, and he got a couple. It'll be 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. Dave Butts was there, number 65, and it's tough to move him out of the way. He weighs 295.
Watching number 65. Pratt is trying to block him, and again he can't. And Butts finally slips off the block and makes the tackle. But boy, he's really a great player. And I talked to him yesterday, and I asked him what the difference was in the way he's playing. He says, I'm able to play a lot more aggressively than I used to, because it used to be in the past, if I got across the line of scrimmage, why, nobody would be able to cover for me. Now we have great linemen who do that, and it's not a problem.
3rd and 1. Motion by the extra tight end. A toss to Hughes. Gets a first down to the 37. And Werner did a good job of blocking.
You're right, Jack. Werner, number 28, really did an excellent job on the outside. Let's see if we can find it. There you see the block out in front. And David Hughes is able to cut up inside and make a nice gain in the play.
To the 37, and it is a first down for Seattle. They started from their own 21. They're trailing 7-0. Werner, he ran into his own man. He ran into the tackle Ron Essink, who was out in front on the play, but he got some good yards before Curtis Jordan got him, along with Olkowitz, who's been in on numerous tackles.
That play is kind of a wham play, Jack. They call it a wham play because the fullback, David Hughes, comes in and helps on the defensive tackle. He doesn't see him coming, and for that reason, they have a good angle, and usually it's a very successful play.
4:40 left in the first quarter. The Redskins leading 7-0. 2nd and 5, Seattle. Lauren throws long, Largent can't get it. A good defensive play was made on the corner by Vernon Dean, who is only in his 2nd year.
Watch Largent come off the line of scrimmage, makes a move. Vernon Dean takes a look into the backfield, but is able to right himself, get good position, and the ball is thrown not quite far enough, Jack. If you're going to throw that kind of a pass, you want to be sure if you're going to be wrong, you want to be wrong long, not short. It was thrown a little bit short, and that's why Vernon Dean was able to make the play.
Seattle has made a first down 3 out of 4 tries on 3rd down, and they have another opportunity here. Ken Coffey, number 48, is the extra defensive back for the Redskins. 3rd and 5 from the 32. And timeout is called by Jim Zorn. He wanted to set up in the shotgun, and either he didn't like the play that was sent in, or something else caused him to call a timeout. Here's our score here on a 1-yard run by John Riggins after recovering a fumble. Tony McGee got the fumble when Seattle fumbled the first time they had the ball. It was a 3rd down play. They tried to get a little tricky with it. What the heck happened on that play, Hank? Was it a little shovel pass or an inside handoff?
No, it was a shovel pass, really, from the shotgun. We watched them work that in practice. It's a kind of a gimmick play. It's unusual that you would try it down on your own 20-yard line. Normally, you like to use that kind of a play on the 50 going in or 40 going in because, you know, it's not a very high percentage kind of a play, and if you make a mistake, they can recover just like they did on the last play we saw earlier in the game.
Jim Zorn, who is in his 8th year now, is out of Cal Poly. He was never drafted by a National Football League team. That's really unusual, isn't it? And he's had a brilliant career here, even though he's had a kind of a stock market effect on this franchise. He's been up and down because the football team really hasn't had a great supporting cast, but he's going to enjoy tremendous success, I think, under Chuck Knox, because they're going to be able to run the ball a lot better than they've ever run it in the past. The Seahawks are in marginal field goal position right now from their own 32. It is 3rd down and 5. Brian Walker is the additional wide receiver, along with Largent and Jackson. Walker went in motion. Here's Zorn on 3rd down, throwing, and it's caught for a first down. It was Dan Dorning out of Washington State, and therefore a real favorite here, who caught it for a 9-yard gain and a first down with Mel Kaufman covering, number 55. In the shotgun, and the big thing is he's got plenty of time to throw the ball. He's got a lane to throw between the defensive end and the defensive tackle. He hits Dornick right on the numbers, and it's another good play for the Seattle Seahawks. They've come from their own 21 to the Washington 23. Redskins lead 7-0. Werner found a hole. He's inside the 15. He got about 9 yards. Neil Olkowitz made the tackle. That was an 8-yard gain by Walker, and it's 2nd and 2. You talk about speed. He ran right by Dave Butts. Dave was in a good position. Pratt stayed with him. He ran right by him. Hey, how about that? An upset, St. Louis over Philadelphia. We welcome those of you who are watching that game, and we have a good one here. Here's a toss to the fullback, David Hughes. He was smothered as he tried for a first down inside the Washington 15. I'm Jack Buck, and Hank Stram is alongside. There's our score. That came about on a 1-yard run by John Riggins. Seattle took the opening kickoff. On third down, they fumbled. Washington recovered, and in 6 plays, they went in for a score. Now, Seattle took the kickoff on their 21. They have moved the ball down inside the 15-yard line to the 12, and it's a first down. What a drive.
They're keeping them off balance. They're doing a good job of infusing the run and the pass and the play-action pass. They're really very impressive on this drive so far.
2 tight ends. Metzelars is in there with Charlie Young. Here goes Hughes, and he got to the 9, and he was stood up there, wasn't he? He got 3 yards. Hughes, we told the viewers who were with us at the start, is from Boise State, 6-footer, 220. And there's Chuck Knox, the new head coach of Seattle. He's a pretty laid-back sort of guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a great guy, and we had a lot of fun with him watching practice for the last 3 days. But he's got this team rallied around him, and they're very excited about what they know they can do, and they've done a good job of executing the plan that he's established in the first 3 games.
Jackson to the left, Steve Largent to the right. On second down, here's Zorn looking, throwing, end zone, and he threw it over the head of the intended receiver, Harold Jackson. Heavy coverage there, and you saw Zorn spread his hands and say, what am I going to do?
The unusual thing about it was really that he had one-on-one on the other side, and Darrell Green, he didn't even look in that direction. It looked like he might have had a chance to throw an up pattern on him because he was playing bump and run, which means that you're playing right inside of the offensive receiver, right off the line of scrimmage.
The ball is at the 9 of the Redskins, and it's 3rd down and 7 for Seattle with a capacity crowd here, near capacity, considered a sellout, 61,000. Extra back is in there. Tony McGee in with the pass rush for the Redskins. Zorn throwing, he blitzed, and he throws incomplete. They were coming after him, and Largent went one way, and the pass went the other.
He just threw that ball to get rid of it. Largent is breaking down from a slot formation, makes a move outside, then goes inside. There's no chance whatsoever. He just wanted to make sure that he avoided a loss on the play. The linebacker was blitzing on the play. It looked like Mel Kaufman.
That's who it was. Kaufman was after Zorn, hit him just as he threw the ball. Here's a field goal try by Norm Johnson. He's 5 out of 7. The ball will be held at the 17. It's a 27-yard try with Zorn holding. They used to throw a lot out of this formation. But they go for the 3, and they get it. Quite a drive by the homestanding Seahawks. 27-yard field goal by Norm Johnson out of UCLA. So we've got the start of the heck of a football game in Seattle. If you want to see some sparks, watch what happens when Norm Johnson kicks it off if Mike Nelms gets a hold of the ball. Nelms is back at the goal line, and he has averaged 27 yards per kickoff return, and he is fun to watch.
I've never seen anybody jump as much as he does on kickoff returns and punt returns.
From the 3, 5-10. Turns upfield, 20, watch him, 25. And the ball comes loose, but the play is dead. The ball's at the 25-yard line. So the Redskins get the ball for the 2nd time. Sam Merriman made the tackle. Redskins scored the first time they had it, and they lead 7-3. The last time the Redskins had the ball, John Riggins was the only one who ran with it. He ran 5 times, and Theismann was 1 out of 1. Charlie Brown goes in motion to the left, 2 tight ends, and the pass play, and it is caught for about 4 yards. Theismann was really blasted by Green when he threw the ball, and the little guy, Alvin Garrett, caught it for 4.
Did you see the way Jacob Green that time, the left end, number 79, got off the line of scrimmage? He's the number 1 draft choice from Texas A&M, and boy, he really flew off the mark and got good penetration.
It's fun to watch these number 1s and walk right in and play, isn't it?
Well, they're great athletes. You know, this guy played high school basketball, won 2 consecutive state titles, and they won 83 straight games at Cashmere High School in Houston.
That's Jacob Green, the left defensive end for Seattle. 2nd and 6. Riggins started right, came back left. he stretches out to the point where it's going to be 3rd and about 2. Keith Butler made that tackle. Let's see where they mark this one down. They put it at the 29, and it's 3rd and 1.
Green again that time, Jack, from the left end position. He came right down the line of scrimmage, a perfect pursuit angle, and came all the way over on the other side and almost made the tackle.
Otis Wansley is in the backfield. Fort Knox, they say. They really like him up here. Of course, he's 2-1. We're coming to the end of the first quarter. In fact, that is the end of the first quarter. So when we resume, the Redskins will have the ball at their 34, and it'll be 3rd down and 1 from their own 34-yard line. The Redskins scored first, and Seattle with the field goal. Dallas won their game on a safety. They're 4-0. They beat Houston. We welcome that audience. Houston hasn't won a game yet. Here it's the Redskins, 3rd down, and they get a first down with Riggins. He went over the 35-yard line. So it was Dallas over New Orleans, and New Orleans hasn't won a game, and Dallas has won their 4th. Here's our score. Washington recovered an early fumble, went in to score, and Seattle put a good drive back together and got their field goal, and we just started. That was the first play of the second quarter, with the ball coming to the 36. There's Chuck Knox, the head coach of the Seahawks.
And what a job he's done so far, and his team is playing extremely well. He was concerned about that, but they're playing just like he hoped they would early in this game.
First down at the 36 for Theismann and company. A delay and a pass play. Good faking by Theismann. There it is. Charlie Brown. 13-3. What good faking by Theismann.
You know what they do normally on that kind of a play? They roll out. They normally roll out on the play. This time he faked. Watch what he does here. It's a kind of a counter fake. Then he rolls to the right, and the defensive backs took a sniff into the backfield, and for that reason, Charlie Brown wide open on the defensive back. It's hard to tell who was involved in coverage. Keith Simpson, 42, was in hot pursuit, but it was the bye-bye Blues. He was gone. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
So Simpson chased him first, and then Kenny Easley. And Charlie Brown, his 3rd touchdown pass of the year, a 64-yard pass play. The score is 14-3 with the extra point good.
This is a great illustration of what they do from week to week. They change their personnel. Look at Brown. He runs right at the defensive back, Keith Simpson, breaks to the inside, and then Easley is trying to help out, but it's too late. There's no way in the world they're going to catch him. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Well, they were worried about stopping the Redskin running. Charlie Brown from South Carolina State in his second year can not only catch the ball, but he can run. And he just crossed the goal line. Here's the kickoff from Jeff Hayes to either Zachary Dixon or Eric Lane. 14-3 in favor of the Redskins. And Dixon takes it on the 2. 10, 15, 20. These special teams of the Redskins just don't give you a thing. And it's a long way to go for Seattle after that tackle by Brian Carpenter. They are back at their 22-yard line. The Seahawks had better do some moving of their own. They're at their 22, and a toss to Kurt Warner trying to get outside. Dexter Manley caught him from behind. He got help. And you're looking at the fellow who led Penn State to the National Collegiate Championship last year, Kurt Warner, and he's leading the National Football League in rushing with 330 yards. He's number 28.
We had a nice visit with him at practice yesterday, and he's very excited about the opportunity to play professional football, especially with his team. And I asked him about the difference between college football and professional football. He said, really, the guys are bigger, they're stronger, they're faster, and they're smarter.
Second down and 9. Hughes in the backfield. He leads the blocking for Warner. Warner comes across the 25 to the 26, and Mel Kaufman, number 55, the linebacker. Curtis Jordan, the safety man, finished it off. Washington puts in their specialty people on defense.
And some more big, strong guys come in that situation. And I've mentioned so many times, Jack, and I can't still understand why the offensive teams permit that to happen. I don't know why they just don't line up on the line of scrimmage and keep those people on the bench instead of letting them get their top people in the game, because evidently this is what they do best.
Third down and 6. Walker in motion. Zorn, the left-hander, to throw. Look out. And is it a first down to Dorning? I think it is. He stretched out. He knew how far he had to go. Darrell Green, the rookie on the corner, covered him.
They're in a shotgun formation. He likes this formation a lot. Look at Butts coming around the outside. But anytime you stunt that much, it takes a lot more time to get to the quarterback. The ball was thrown right on the money to Dornick, and they had the first down.
Dornick has 1 touchdown this year. He just got the first down at the 33. The other back, Hughes, lowered his shoulder and had to work hard for 2 yards. Boy, it's tough to run against this defense. And number 44, John Riggins, with a towel over his head. He got a touchdown earlier today. Tough as ever. Number 6 in all-time rushing, and he'll end up higher than that.
And he's got an unusual arrangement with the coaching staff. He plays as long as he feels fresh. He wants to come out of the game, he comes out. When he wants to go back in, he just tells him, I'm ready, and he goes right back in the contest.
Harold Grant, Dexter Manley made that last tackle. Here's the pass to the sideline. It's good to Largent. He is terrific. That's another first down out to the 48. He is terrific. You just can't cover him.
Well, he doesn't have great speed, and usually guys who don't have great speed have excellent patience. He's working on Green, makes a good cut, breaks to the outside, the ball's right on the money. And I asked Largent about his pass receiving the other day, and he said, the thing that I try to do is do exactly the same thing every day at practice that I'm going to do in the game, so that the quarterback has a good understanding how I'm going to run the routes, and so the mesh is perfect all the time.
That was good for 13 yards. Dornick in the backfield. It's a first down. You can look for something unusual. Here it is, the flea flicker. It's well covered. Incomplete inside the 10-yard line. Mark Murphy went upstairs with him. Incomplete.
Mark Murphy played baseball at Colgate.
Curtis Jordan helping out there.
Yep, but he plays center field, and he plays like a center fielder right here. He comes over from the safety spot and gets there just in time to knock the ball down.
What's happening here? They're showing the replay on the board, and the fans think there was interference, but Murphy played the ball. Look.
He made every honest attempt to knock the ball down, did not touch the receiver at all. No way in the world that was pass interference.
So it's 2nd and 10. I could smell that one as soon as they put Dornick in the backfield, that something strange was going to happen. Now it's Werner and Hughes back in there. And a delay to Werner. Look at that. Boy, they just don't give it up. Dave Butts got him, number 65. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
Watch Butts coming off the ball, 65, and a linebacker is also blitzing on the play, and Butts just puts the big claw on him and knocks him right down to the turf. Boy, he's big and strong, and I keep saying, you know, he's 6'7", 295, and the guard is blocking him, weighs 250. There's a 45-pound difference in size, and that's tremendous, especially as the game goes on.
3rd down and 12, shotgun formation. Dornick is in there. 2 tight ends, Metzelars and Charlie Young. Motion by Walker. A flag goes down, and the pass is incomplete. A flag was thrown.
I think Perry Brooks, the tackle, number 69, was offside on the play for the Washington Redskins. I'm not sure, but it might be.
Well, if that's true, it'll be 3rd and 7. That'll help Seattle. 10:31 left in the half. The score here is 14-3 in favor of the Redskins.
Offside, number 69.
That was a call, Perry Brooks. That's the first penalty of the game, by the way, and we have 10.5 minutes left in the half. The ball's at midfield, and it's 3rd down and 8. That was a 4-yard penalty. 2 tight ends.
He's got a one-on-one on the right side here with Green.
Largent in motion. 4-man rush. Pass play to Largent. There he is. Another first down. How do you stop it? Vernon Dean bumped him out.
They had a one-on-one situation on this right side. There you see Larson going to the inside. He's working on Vernon Dean here. Good cushion. But he does a good job of keeping the defensive back off balance. He doesn't squeal his move, and 20-yard gain on the play.
That's the third reception by Largent. Good for 51 yards. This one a first down to the Washington 30.
Fast guys are very impatient. They want to get there very quickly, and they don't usually run the patterns nearly as precise as a guy like Largent, because he doesn't have great speed, and he's very intelligent and does a good job with the moves.
First down. Fake to Warner. Good faking. Drops it off to Warner. That's another first down inside the 15. Looks like the 4th of July out here in Seattle. Warner caught it for 17 yards.
This is a bootleg pattern. They fake to Warner and then throw the ball to him right down the middle as the linebackers get out of the area. He makes the catch and he goes right for the goal line. He's a goal line runner and did a good job of running on the play.
Darrell Green knocked him down. The rookie on the corner, number 28. First down at the 13. Washington leading 14-3. Costa Hughes, the fullback. A few yards, and I want to tell you, downfield, Warner really crumbled the cornerback, Vernon Dean.
And did you see Dexter Manley, the defensive right end, number 72? Did you see him fly in hot pursuit? Beautiful angle, pursuit angle, got right to the cross point right about the time the back did. Dexter Manley, number 72, 6'3", 250 from Oklahoma State. Boy, what a job he did.
Well, no gain on that one. It's still at the 13, second down, and Manley is number 72. He is from Oklahoma State.
And he's used to running people down. He's with the Fairfax County Sheriff Department, so he's done a lot of running down, I guess.
He arrested Hughes on that one. Here's a fake to Warner. The pass, incomplete. Harold Jackson was a little bit on a different wavelength than Zorn. It's going to be third down and 10.
Rich Malott was blitzing on the play. He didn't have any choice at all except to get rid of the ball when he did, and he threw it over the top.
There's Harold Jackson. He's in his 16th year. Everybody keeps thinking he's washed up. He's out of Jackson State. He's only caught a couple of passes, but he said he knows that Largent's going to do the bulk of the receiving here. There's the bench, and Chuck Knox and his assistants, and Warner's on the sideline at the moment. Dorning is in the backfield, 3rd and 10 from the 13.
5 defensive backs in the game.
The blitz is on. Dorn throws, touchdown. How do you stop that guy?
Number 28, the young defensive back for the Washington Redskins. He's got terrific speed, excellent prospect, but it was one-on-one, and he made the move inside. Ball was right on the money. Touchdown, Seattle Seahawks.
Zorn will hold. Norm Johnson is 7 out of 7 and extra points. A low snap. Zorn gets it down. It's good. Let's watch that replay again from the end zone this time.
They're in a shotgun formation. 57 is blitzing on the play. A lot of time. Look at the throw inside. He licks Green, makes a move right at him, turns inside. The ball is right on the money. Here you see him again in motion. Watch him. Watch Green, 28. Watch him. He fakes him to the outside and breaks inside. Beautiful move. And he didn't make it so soon that the guy could recover. That was the key to the success of the play.
The Redskins know how the opponents feel in RFK Stadium. There's Largent who caught the touchdown pass, number 80. Number of plays, Seattle 32, Washington only 10. But Washington has the lead, 14-10. Johnson kicks it off to Mike Nelms. He's going to try it from 3 yards deep. Can he go? 40-yard line. 43-yard kickoff return by Mike Nelms. He was tackled by Eric Lane, number 37.
Boy, he runs with a great spirit, determination, and he's got terrific leaping ability. In fact, of the Superstars work, he jumped over the bar without even using the rope. That's how much he can jump, how well he can jump.
There was a flag thrown late on the play. The whistle had blown, and we may have him kick this ball over. I think that's what's going to happen.
TV came back on. The official blew the ball dead. No kickoff. Re-kick.
Well, that wasn't our fault. We were back. That wasn't our fault. We were back here in plenty of time. We gave you the kicker. We gave you the deep man. We gave you the score. And one of the officials blew the whistle inadvertently. And as a result of that, they're going to have to kick it back once again. Isn't that something?
Yeah, and they blame us.
Heck, we were back for a long time.
You know, talking about Nelms again, really, he cleared the high wall without using a rope in the Battle of the Stars. Isn't that something?
Well, he'll try again. He must be breathless after that last one. The referee said we weren't ready. He's nuts. We were ready. I don't mean he's nuts.
I think you do, yeah.
Nelms is chased to the other side of the field and takes it from the 3. Look at him hurdle across the 20. Well, they lost about 19 yards on the re-kick. He kicked it over to the left side, precisely where they wanted to kick it. Seattle had the coverage over there, and Don Dufek made the tackle. I've never heard so much noise. This crowd's going gaga here. This is the way it is in Washington, only we're under a dome here. It's deafening. The ball is at the 21 of the Redskins. Walker in motion to give to Riggins. He ran into Jeff Bryant and Tuiasa Sopo. I bet these people here are more tired when the game is over than the players are. There's a new spirit here. They've won 2 big games. Look at that.
It's incredible.
2nd down and 8. Riggins gets a first down. Riggins crossed the 30, out near the 33. Just keeps motoring along, 8 yards.
Look at the good surge, and look at, see, he starts to the right, cuts to the left, goes back up where he sees some running room. Joe Jacoby, the left tackle, was downfield trying to help him on the play.
Look what Riggins has done. 9 carries, 28 yards. And a first down at the 33. Garrett in motion. Pickup of 2 by Theismann on the scramble.
You know, one thing that's very important, Jack, when you play on natural grass all the time like Washington, and then you go to synthetic turf, you got to be very careful that you choose the right kind of shoes. If you wear, I always thought it was a very bad idea to use brand new shoes on synthetic turf because the traction is so severe that you get a lot of injuries. You're much better off to wear old shoes so you get some kind of a cushion.
2nd down and 8. From the 35. Walker in motion. That's a fumble. Now the other official says no, incomplete. Incomplete is the call. Don Warren caught it and coughed it up. Incomplete. Bruce Schultz delivered the tackle, number 58.
It's a delay pattern to the tight end inside. The ball is thrown right where it had to be thrown, but as he got hit, it popped loose. He fell on it anyway, talking about Warren, number 85.
judge took charge on the play, and he said that's an incomplete call. As Wilson goes here. Third down. Theismann. How in the world can they hear? 3rd and 8. Charlie Brown in motion. Long down the middle for Brown, off his fingertips. It's time for the Redskins to punt the ball. Kenny Easley and Kerry Justin were running right with him.
Yeah, had that ball been thrown just with a little bit more arch on it, Jack, it might have been a big play. It was thrown like a frozen rope, just like it was on a trolley line that time, and as a result, it had to be right there or else no reception. Just a little bit too long.
Jeff Hayes has averaged 39.8 per kick. This is the first punt of the game, and John Harris is back to get it inside his 25. Harris has a 14-yard punt return average. Not a very good kick. Joe Gibbs, talking about this fella yesterday, says, we'll live with it. He shanks one every once in a while, but he's a good kicker, and we're going to stay right with him. A backyard rivalry next Saturday on CBS Sports. NCAA football, the Pitt Panthers, the Mountaineers of West Virginia. It starts with the NCAA today at 12 noon Eastern Time right here on CBS Sports next Saturday. They get those young men out of the steel mills and from Weirton and Martins Ferry and East Liverpool and Steubenville, and brother, they can knock heads. It's a first down. This is a fun football game. The Redskins are leading 14-10, 7:06 left in the half. Kurt Warner in the backfield carries the ball behind Young, the tight end, and squirted out of there across the 35. Young led the way.
And Young has been around for a long time, but he's a very strong leader on this football team. He played for Chuck Knox in Los Angeles. Warner is limping off the field.
Uh-oh. Well,
So
it's
hard to speculate what kind of an injury that is, but it's very concerning, I'm sure, because he had to leave the game.
They run with the fullback, David Hughes, on 2nd down and 4. Hughes tries it, and he gets a first down. Hughes came out near the 43 before Darrell Grant, number 77, stopped him. You saw Blair Bush, the center, in your picture.
This kid is a lot bigger than he looks, too. He's 6 foot 220. Got good speed. Played his collegiate football at Boise State.
A first down for the Seahawks at their 43-yard line. 6 minutes exactly left in the half. Kurt Warner comes back in. Every once in a while, he gets those leg cramps. That's been a problem of his throughout his career. Largent to the left with Jackson. Zorn throws it out here to Warner. There's a clip. The clip is going to bring it back. I'll tell you what happened. The Washington man turned his back to the play, and he got clipped. Mark Murphy made the tackle on Warner after catching the ball.
Yeah, Blair Bush came, I think it was the center who came out and gave him a shot in the back. But as you say, Jack, he turned right about the time he was making contact, and that's what the officials saw. And for that reason, why it's got to be a clip.
That may negate a 14-yard pass play. Officials have to be careful of that. They see the end of the play, and they don't know whether or not the man turned into him. That's why it's not a simple decision for Fred Wyant, the referee. Now other officials get in to try to clarify the situation, and that's what Bush is complaining about. I'll bet. He said he turned his back to me. What are you going to do, Fred? Make a good decision, Fred. Illegal block against Seattle.
Well, he made a good decision for Washington. Bad one for Seattle.
We'll watch it again.
Watch this. The left-hand side of your screen. Oh, no question about that.
Yeah, he was a good one.
Yeah, he gave him a shot right in the back. No question about it. Good call on the part of the official. No question about that at all.
You did it, Blair. Sorry. And the ball is put down at the 31.
No place to hide on that kind of a play.
Illegal block in the back, number 76.
There's Chuck Knox. He is upset. I said he was laid back, didn't I? He is upset. And it's first down and 20. Seattle trailing by 4 with 5:36 left in the half. David Hughes in the backfield, Largent to the right, Jackson to the left. Two tight ends, Metzelaars and Young. On 1st and 20, the running play is good for only 2 or 3 by Hughes, and Dave Butts, number 65, refused to give way.
They don't have a great deal of speed on the outside, talking about Seattle, and for that reason, in all probability, we won't see any kind of a reverse, but the way they're chasing, talking about the Redskins, some kind of a misdirection play would be very effective.
Second down and 19. When Jack Patera was coaching the Seahawks, you never knew what they were going to try. A little more conventional now.
Well, the players seem to think they can hang their head on something now, whereas in the past they never could. And that's really been the difference.
Zorn has plenty of time and throws to the fullback. And Hughes came to the 46. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 coming up. Mel Kaufman with a sure-handed tackle after that good move by Hughes.
You know, I'll tell you one thing. They're doing a lot better job of pass protection than I thought they would, Jack. He had plenty of time to throw the ball. He kind of reconnoitered the area that time, looked around, finally threw the ball outside to Hughes. He is wide open, and he got the ball downfield again.
3rd and 7. 4:15 left in the half. Prior to today and going into this year, Zorn have been sacked a couple of 100 times in 7 years. 3rd down and 7. Oh, Young dropped it. That would have been a first down. Charlie Young let it go off his hands, and it's time for Seattle to kick for the first time.
Young was outside that time, coming in as a tight end, delayed pattern. Ball was thrown perfectly. He just dropped the football. It squirted right out of his hands, like it had some jelly on it or something. Popped right out of there.
Here is the punt by Jeff West, the 8-year veteran. He's out of the University of Cincinnati. It's the first Seattle punt. Mike Nelms is back to get it. Kick is well covered. Uh-oh. There's a flag. Another flag. Another flag. He got there too quickly. The tackler got there too quickly.
Cannot interfere with the opportunity to make a free catch. He got there too soon. Is right. At least I think that's what happened.
It was a 38-yard punt, a 1-yard return, and evidently they'll mark off some yards against the Seahawks. That's a penalty against Don Dufik, a defensive back who got down there too quickly. So instead of the ball being at the 17-yard line, it'll be further away from the Washington goal. To the 31.
Interference with the opportunity to catch the ball, number 35, first down.
There's Dave Butts. He played at Purdue. He lives in Belleville, Illinois. And his people tell us that he is playing better than ever now.
And the great thing about it is, talking to him yesterday, he knows he's playing much better. He said, it used to bother me that I didn't make the All-Pro team, but all I'm concerned about is making a contribution. But as I said earlier, boy, if he doesn't make it there, there's got to be something wrong.
First down from the 31 for Theismann with Riggins. Boy, he gets some yards when it looks like there's nothing there. He got 4.
The reason he does, he's got terrific eyes, great vision. He keeps his head up and his eyes open when he runs. And most backs, when they get into trouble, they'll put their head down and close their eyes and eventually get tackled. He's always searching and scanning for an opportunity to make more yardage, and that's why he does so well.
Jeff Bryant, the right defensive end, and Michael Jackson, the right side linebacker, tackled him at the 36. Second down and 6. Charlie Brown in motion. Riggins very close to a first down after crossing the 40-yard line. And in fact, he made a first down with those 2 carries. Bruce Schultz tackled him. Let's give you some final scores here. Dallas scored on a safety, beat New Orleans 21-20. New Orleans is 2-2. Dallas undefeated. St. Louis came from behind to win their first game. The Eagles are 2-2. Cincinnati won their first game, and Tampa Bay is yet to win. And Buffalo beat Houston by the score of 30-13, and Houston is winless. And Miami bounced back after losing to the Raiders and beat Kansas City 14-6. First down from the 42. He moved across the 45, and Riggins is at the 47 with Kenny Easley coming up and making the hit. Riggins, and the clock runs down to 2:15.
I think one time, you know, the thing is very important when you play this kind of a game away from home with a young, enthusiastic team. You have to take the crowd out of the game.
We're coming up to the 2-minute warning. They've taken the crowd away from Seattle a little bit, haven't they?
Well, they have now recently, but early, why they let them get right back in the game.
The score with 2 minutes left in the half, 14-10 Washington. Each of these teams lost their first game. The Redskins lost to Dallas, and the Seahawks lost to Kansas City. Each bounced back with 2 wins in a row. So we have some modest winning streaks on the line. The ball is at the 47, 2nd and 5. Garrett goes in motion.
Well, you got a one-on-one on this. Here they go right again. Here it is.
Here's a screen, and it is caught by the tight end, Rick Walker. He gets a first down, and not much more. To the 47. A strange looking screenplay, wasn't it?
Well, there's a counter play from their rollout. You see, the last time they did that, we saw them do it. He rolled to the right and threw back to Giacchino in the game that we saw recently. Now they changed the pattern a little bit and do the same thing basically, but throw back away from the flow of the defense and throw back to Walker. But what they're trying to do is slow down the rush with misdirection, trying to run one way and come back the other, and it's been very effective.
Walker didn't like the way Kenny Easley tackled him after Sheldon Robinson and Keith Butler made the initial hit.
Well, Easley's like a linebacker. He's 6'3", 206, and he really dings you when he gets a chance.
First down pass. Riggins in the pattern. The pass long, and this one is a touchdown to Garrett. Garrett gets his first touchdown of the year, and again, he outran Keith Simpson, a 47-yard pass play on a first down throw.
Boy, did he whistle this one. Goes right back in the pocket, pumps. Makes a little move to the outside, then goes right down the sideline. The ball's thrown just perfectly. See, that was a little higher than the other one he threw a little while ago, Jack. Right over the head of Keith Simpson, 42. And he changes the scoreboard and gives the scorekeeper a little business on the play.
Now, Alvin Garrett, prior to today, had 13 passes. He just caught one here, and that's his first touchdown of the year. Mark Mosley tries the extra point and misses it. Mosley, who was perfect before today, blew this one. So it's a 10-point deficit for Seattle. Alvin Garrett. Look at that fella talking to him. That's Charlie Taylor, one of the greatest ever. Nice going, Alvin. This is Jeff Hayes who'll kick it off. This Washington Redskins crew is not at all conservative, are they?
No, they're not. And I tell you that I'm impressed with Seattle. They've been much more diversified than I thought they would be. I thought they'd come off the bus running the football and throw some play-action passes, but they've done it all here this afternoon.
Zachary Dixon and Eric Lane are the deep men. Dixon fields the ball on the 2, 10, 15. And you just can't break out there against the Redskins and their special teams. That's one of the big reasons why the Redskins continue to win. Saturday on CBS Sports, we'll have the U.S. Women's Indoor Tennis Championship. Some of the top names in tennis, the defending champion Barbara Potter, Sylvia Haneke, and Billie Jean King, along with Carling Bassett, competing for the national indoor title. Join us Saturday at 4 Eastern for the singles finals here on CBS Sports. Pete Cronin, a defensive back, made that tackle on the kickoff. 5 plays, 69 yards, 2 minutes, 52 seconds. Now Zorn makes no bones about it. He's in the shotgun from the 23. Throws short. And some pretty good yards out near the 30-yard line. Catching the ball was Walker.
They double the outside people. They want to make sure they won't be able to stop the clock by throwing a pattern outside. The vulnerable area is in the middle where they just threw the football, and it looks like it's going to be the same.
Byron Walker caught that one. Zorn airs it out for Largent, and he couldn't quite get there. He ran around Darrell Green and Mark Murphy. He was there, but the ball was just a bit overthrown.
He's amazing. He's amazing how well he runs patterns, and the basic ingredient that he has that makes him so successful is the fact that he is very patient and doesn't make his moves too soon. He waits till he gets very close to the defensive back and then makes his move, and by that time the ball is thrown, and usually it's a successful play.
Checking in is the rookie receiver out of Duke, Chris Castor, number 83, as Largent grabs a breather. And this is a critical third down play for Seattle. We have 25 seconds left in the half. They're at their 30, and it's 3rd and 3.
And Seattle has 2 timeouts left.
So if they can get a first down, perhaps they can do some good. But only 25 seconds.
5 defensive backs in the game for Washington.
He just beat the 30-second clock. Passes, and it's dropped by the rookie. Castor just into the game. The rookie out of Duke went up, dropped it, was hit by Darrell Green. Seattle's going to punt, and we probably have our halftime score, which is 20-10. Lots of fireworks in 30 minutes.
A lot of excitement.
The next game for Seattle will be the game at Cleveland. Next action for the Redskins. They've got a date with the Raiders at RFK Stadium.
They better cover this kick good, because Nelms, he's allowed to bring it back in good position, at least kick a field goal if you're not careful.
From the 25, he dances, spins, and comes out to the 37-yard line. A lot of bodies thrown around there. Now we only have 9 seconds left in the half. A 45-yard punt by Jeff West. The Redskins probably content to wind it down.
I was down on the field before the game, and you were too, Jack. Did you notice how soft the field was? They have an extra cushion on the bottom of the base of this field that we see, and for that reason it's very soft. You got to be very careful. Some places are softer than the other, and as a field goal kicker, you really have to be aware, because your foot can sink a little deeper than it normally would. The ball 40, a little bit too. You might blow a kick.
They have a regular AstroTurf field, and then they put another AstroTurf cover over that. Let's see what the Redskins do with 9 seconds left in the half. They lead by 10. It is incomplete. Almost intercepted over there by Simpson. Intended for Charlie Brown, but Simpson was closer to it. Only 2 seconds left.
I like to see him do that instead of laying on the ball and the old quarterback flip play, you know. I would go right back here with 2 seconds and throw another one, Jack.
No love lost between these two teams. There have been a lot of pushing and shoving after the plays. Only 2 seconds left in the half.
Let's see if he pumps up another one, Jack. He might as well. You never know. You might have a tip ball. You might have pass interference. You might have something to get you downfield. See if he pumps it.
Stay on the ground to Joe Washington, and that completes the first 30 minutes of football. A good game. Riggins leads the pack off the field. Jeff Bryant made that last tackle. Riggins scored the first touchdown, and then Norm Johnson with a field goal, a big pass play, 64 yards to Charlie Brown, a 13-yard pass play to Largent, and a 47-yard pass play to Alvin Garrett. Mark Mosley missed an extra point, and that's how we come up with our halftime score of 20-10, and the Redskins will get the second half kickoff. We've never heard a louder crowd in our lives. It's 61,000 plus here. Here's the kickoff from Norm Johnson to Mike Nelms. He may make some sparks fly here in the very start of this second half. 20-10, the Redskins on top. Everybody's ready, I presume. Are going to down the ball. Let's check some of the stats here at the half. There's the score, 20-10 Washington. And in the first half, who did what? Seattle had had the most first downs, rushing yards about the same, passing yards about the same, total yards close, only one turnover. Seattle lost a fumble.
And look at the time differentiation. Look at that, 19-10, and yet the Redskins on 2 big plays to Garrett and Brown lead this game 20-10.
They have Mr. Riggins in the backfield, and the 2 tight ends, Walker and Warren, and motion by Charlie Brown. Riggins starts up, comes outside, and gets about 3 yards. He knows how to use that arm, doesn't he?
He does, and you can't tackle Riggins high because it's like throwing spitballs at a battleship. You can't hit him high. You got to hit him low, below the knees. That's the only way you're going to knock him down one for one.
He got 4 yards. He came into the game with 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he scored the first touchdown of this game. Keith Butler, the inside linebacker, made the tackle. 2 tight end arrangement. Riggins in trouble. They swarmed all over him. He's got 6 guys on top of him. Jacob Green was the first one in there.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, he's a great player, that Jacob Green. I haven't seen him play before, but he's terrific. As I mentioned earlier, he was a great basketball player. Their team won 83 consecutive games and 2 state high school championships.
Well, Riggins gained 4, lost 4, and it's 3rd and 10. Hank, when Seattle, well, what kind of a chance do you give Seattle here in the second half?
Oh, I think they got a very good chance. They're still very much in the game. They're a play and a half away from being back in the contest.
Let's see where they mark him down. They mark him down for a first down. The crowd reacts adversely. A first down at the 30. Greg Johnson finally covered him.
Theismann, see, the big thing here is, look, he jumps over the defensive lineman, but he knows exactly what he's going to do. He's very decisive and knows where he has to go for the first down, and he makes just enough for the first down. Evidently, the fans don't agree, but I think he did.
You're not going to intimidate these officials. They mark it down where they think the ball was when the knee came down. They're going to measure, and it's going to be a first down, and you'll hear some more rattling from the crowd. Wait till the referee, Fred Wyant, says first down, and then open up the mics.
They really squeak, don't they?
These officials have to be intimidated. Head linesman Tony Viteri said that's where the ball was when his knee touched. It's a first down at the 30. Good run by Theismann. Safety blitz, pass is caught. Garrett gets another first down. Kenny Easley was right up there on the line of scrimmage, blitzing, and Washington beat the blitz.
How about Garrett? He really got the shimmy, hadn't he? He'd make some moves. It didn't look like he was going to get that much yardage on the play, but he gave him the shimmy and made the necessary yardage for the first down. A big play by Garrett.
Had a big 3rd down play a while ago. That was a first down pass. Keith Simpson made the tackle along with Tui Ossosopo. And a first down at the Washington 41. It's incomplete. It was out there to Charlie Brown, and Brown's having trouble getting up. I was about to say before that pass went awry that the thing about the Redskins is they seldom drop the football.
You know, the reason he dropped that ball, it looked like it from here, from the far side of the field, Jack. He had his hands turned around the wrong way. Should have had his left hand up and his right hand below. He put his right hand over the top, and for that reason it hits. Got no place to bounce back, and maybe against your body you make the catch, and that's why he didn't make the catch on the last play.
2nd down and 10. Now the tight end, Walker, goes wide right with Charlie Brown, and Alvin Garrett comes left. Walker in motion. Here's a delay to Riggins.
I think think the important thing with Washington is, you know, when you play in this kind of a setting, I mentioned it earlier, but you have to try to get the fan out of the game. Take the game away from the fans. They haven't been able to do this yet, and as emotional as this game is going to be, that could be a very important factor.
Jacob Green and Bruce Schultz made that tackle. It's another 3rd and 10 play for the Redskins from their 41. The first down. Joe Washington sneaked out into the pass pattern, and they failed to cover him. There wasn't anybody around him.
He delayed, came out of the backfield, came across the middle. Everybody got good depth, and the middle area was wide open. And boy, you give him any running room, as healthy as he is now, why, he's going to fly. Talked to him before the game, and he was very excited. He said, first time I felt this good in a long, long time. And gained 22 yards on that last play.
Down to the Seattle 37. The drive started from the Washington 20-yard line. Riggins is back in there. We've seen this Washington team numerous times the last 12 months. Brother, it's the same thing time after time, just like this. And they got him. Lost a yard. They run and they make it run, and when they throw, they make it go. Joey Sopo made the tackle along with Michael Jackson.
That's really the great thing about this team. They have the capacity to do it all, either offensively, defensively, with their specialty teams or their defense, and that's what the great teams are able to do, and that's why they won the Super Bowl.
2nd down and 10. There's a screen out here to the right, caught by Charlie Brown, and that's well covered. Well, the Baltimore Colts beat the Chicago Bears 22-19, and Baltimore now has their 2nd win of the year, and the Bears are 1-3. We welcome those of you who are watching that game. Here's our score, 20-10. We have 9:40 clock running. We're in the 3rd quarter. Washington has the ball at the Seattle 41, and it's 3rd down and 15.
The Chicago Bears have lost 2 consecutive games in overtime with a field goal, Jack.
Lost at New Orleans, and they lost again today. 3rd and 15 here. This crowd is wacko. Incomplete. There's a flag.
That was a late flag, but it was a good call. There was definitely pass interference on the play, Jack. He hit him in the back. Dave Brown hit him in the back coming across the middle way before the ball was thrown. I wondered where the flag was going to, when it was going to come. It finally came late, but it was a justified call.
Well, we've got this play isolated.
Defense, first down.
Bottom of the screen now. Watch the receiver go to the inside, talking about Garrett. And look at Brown, number 22. He's all over. No way in the world that's not pass interference. It was a little late calling, but they finally got it done.
The ball at the Seattle 27. And you can see Brown put his shoulder into the man before the ball got there. Riggins near the 20. Hank does that do much when he gives it that little shift to the left and then come back to the right.
Here you see Chuck Knox, the new coach of the Seattle Seahawks. You've seen a lot of him in the past for the Los Angeles Rams and the Buffalo Bills. Really one of the outstanding coaches in the National Football League, and has really done a great job with this young Seattle Seahawks team. They're very excited. They think they can win anytime they play, and they're 2-1 going into this game.
2nd down and 3. Gets a first down. He's inside the 15. How about when he makes that little dip left and runs right?
That's a counter step, Jack, and what he does, he tries to, number one, freeze the linebackers and try to sell them on the idea that he's going to the left instead of to the right, plus the fact that he steps with the left foot provides the guard with an opportunity to get a jump out in front and lead the play, and that's why they do what they do on that kind of a counter play.
Riggins has carried 18 times, 58 yards. Kurt Warner has carried only 10 times today for Seattle, 24 yards. This is first down. Incomplete. Threw that one behind. Simpson was covering on Charlie Brown. Theismann has been very much on target today. But Theismann threw that one behind the receiver.
He had a one-on-one situation with Don Warren on the linebacker Jackson that time, and it looked like he might have been able to do some business there, but he didn't see him.
Theismann is 8 out of 13, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. Second down. There goes a flag. Ball caught by the tight end, Don Warren, near the 11. This is going to be against Washington. Bruce Schultz was there, number 58, the linebacker. Looks like offensive interference.
You know, we've seen the Redskins play 3 games, and in all 3 games, the tight end has been called.
Pass interference, number 85, second down.
Don Warren has been called in all 3 games with pass interference.
Would you differentiate between Warren and Walker? There are 2 tight ends. Who does what?
Well, Walker is a man on the wing and is always in motion. He's their motion guy. Warren is usually anchored on the line of scrimmage, and he's their tight end.
Second down and 20. Joe Washington. He cracked down inside the 20-yard line. Going to be 3rd and long coming up. Little Joe Washington out of Oklahoma. This is his 7th year. He'd like to play a lot more than he's playing.
Well, he wouldn't be the great competitor that he is if he didn't want to play more, and especially now that he's totally healthy. Boy, we went round and round when I was in New Orleans, Jack, trying to decide whether to take Chuck Muncie or this great young back, Washington. We finally decided on Chuck Muncie because he was so much bigger, stronger, and really much faster. This little guy's a great runner.
Paul Moyer is in there defensively in the backfield for Seattle. 3rd and 13. Incomplete. Intended for Charlie Brown, and John Harris, number 44, was there.
Jerry Rome, who works with the offensive backs of the Washington Redskins before the game, said, you know, we got to run the ball and do a good job of it because basically that defensive secondary of Seattle is a very outstanding defensive set of backs, and they look like they are the way they played this afternoon most of the time except for the 2 big plays to Charlie Brown and Garrett.
This will be a 35-yard try. It is no good. So after all that, and they kept the ball for 8 minutes and 13 seconds, the Redskins got nothing.
Everything was fine. Everything was good except they just missed the kick.
And now Seattle will get the ball for the first time in the second half. Mark Mosley had kicked 5 in a row in 31 out of 33, but he missed that one, and it's 31 out of 34, and he did not go ahead of Sam Baker in total points. Washington kept the ball, ran 15 plays, and came away with nothing. From the 20-yard line, here's Kurt Warner slanting left, and he got about 3.
And talking to Mark Mosley before the game, he said, you know, the great thing about kicking inside, especially in this stadium, it looks like the ball's going to go where you kick it. Evidently it did. He just kicked it wide.
I was watching him warm up, and down at that end where he missed it, he missed a half a dozen off to the right. There's Chuck Knox wondering if his team can claw back. They trail by 10, 20-10, 6:15 left in the 3rd quarter. by Todd Liebenstein, the left defensive end. He stopped him cold. Balls to the 24. Here's Kurt Warner. He's had a lot of difficulty moving the ball in the second half because of those leg cramps which catch him.
It's amazing what he's done in the first half compared to the second half, but he's a very emotional player, and he gets drained, and seemingly it has a great effect on him in the second half.
3rd and 6. First down at the 36. So we have 2 good running quarterbacks.
Talking to Zorn yesterday again, he's back in the pocket from a shotgun. Look at, he sees some pressure, has a good feel for pressure, runs right up the middle very decisively, picks up 12 yards in a play. But he said yesterday, you know, in the past, I'd go back in the pocket with the expectation of having to run because the pass protection would break down so much. Now I go back with a specific reason to throw the ball.
First down at the 36. Hughes in the backfield, the fake to him, the pass outside. Largent caught it, and he got 9 yards. Now the crowd is booing. They thought he had first down, but he got 9 yards. Vernon Dean covering.
Largent coming off the ball. He gets him moving back and then breaks to the outside. The ball's a little late, but he still makes the catch. And Vernon Dean, number 32, comes up and makes the tackle.
They show a replay of it here, and these fans are just going cuckoo every time they disagree with the official. It's 2nd down and 1. Hughes is the running back.
This would be a good time to go up on top, Jack.
Hughes got a first down. He kept those legs moving. Harold Grant hit him.
You know, you're only in a 2nd and 1 situation about 3 times in a game, and it's a waste down, and a lot of times it's a good time to try to get something big on that kind of a play, especially, I think, when you're the underdog team playing against the world champions. I think you got to make something happen and try for the big play.
Ball is out to the 49. We have 3:20 left in the 3rd quarter. The clock running. Redskins on top. They've been ahead throughout. 20-10. That was our halftime score. Largent to the right, Harold Jackson left. Charlie Young, the tight end. The blitz is on. Pass is thrown to Largent. Incomplete. He was covered by the youngster on the corner, Darrell Green, out of Texas A&M. Largent came into this game with 15 passes.
Curtis Jordan that time looked like he was going to blitz, and then right at the last moment went back into his normal position. He really threw off the quarterback, Jim Zorn, because he thought it was going to be a blitz.
2:59 left in the 3rd quarter. Well, this crowd is really exuberant. 2nd down and 10. You think the Redskins will come after him here?
This is what they like for him to be in this situation on a long 2nd and long. Here they come.
Charlie Young.
Perfect play with a linebacker blitzing. A screen pass, this time to the tight end, Charlie Young. 87 is well conceived. Here it is, right up the middle. And Mark Murphy has a chance to make the play, but misses, and he picks up 19 yards on that play.
It's a good thing that Vernon Dean hit him, too, or Young would have gone right down the field. It's a first down at the Washington 33.
Safety blitz again.
Werner goes down near the 31. He got only a couple, and Curtis Jordan tackled him.
Yeah, he was a blitzer on the play, number 22, the strong safety, and he hit the right hole, and the timing of the blitz was very good.
This Redskin team is a little different than the one that won the Super Bowl game a year ago. They're without Jarris White. They're without Joe Lavender. They're without Tony Peters.
But in spite of that, somehow, some way, they have to win, and that's the attitude that Joe Gibbs has. He says that, you know, we can't complain about what we don't have. We just got to go out there and get the job done, and so far they've done a good job of it.
2nd and 8. And there was Jordan again. Despite the good speed of Kurt Warner, he's not the fastest runner.
I asked Reggie McKenzie, I said, you know, you were with the electric company at Buffalo when you had the great O.J. Simpson. How does this kid, Warner, compare with Simpson? He said, well, he said he's got the shimmy, but he doesn't have the speed. And I think, you know, that's kind of obvious, plus the fact that I don't think many backs have the speed that O.J. Simpson had.
3rd down and 7 from the 30-yard line. Marginal field goal range, although Norm Johnson has kicked one of 48 yards. 3rd down. Aaron Walker in motion. The blitz shook it up, didn't it? Coming in off the corner was Vernon Dean. He usually lines up in the right corner. He came in off the left end, and Zorn had to cough it up.
There again, he just got to get rid of the football. He had no chance whatsoever to step and throw. And if the quarterback doesn't have the opportunity to step and throw and deliver the ball with good balance, he's going to have a hard time making completions.
No. And the ball will be held by Zorn. 38 yards away, a 48-yard try. He kicked one earlier of 27, and this is no good. To the left, a 48-yard miss. So each field goal kicker has missed one in the 3rd quarter, and we still have our halftime score. The Redskins will take over from the line of scrimmage, their own 31. Well, each team came away. Washington had 15 plays, missed a field goal. Seattle had 11 plays and missed a field goal. The Redskins are at their 30. Here comes Riggins in a reverse to Charlie Brown. 1st down, out to the 41. Bruce Schultz tackled it, number 58.
This is the nice thing about the coach calling the plays. They keep you off balance. They give it to Riggins, and he gives it to Charlie Brown. It's supposed to go outside. He sees a big hole inside, takes advantage of it, and is finally tackled from the backside by Bruce Schultz, number 58, who played his collegiate football at the University of Texas.
You know, Seattle has more total yards than Washington. It's been 2 long touchdown passes that have made the difference in this game. 64 yards to Brown, 47 yards to Garrett. Riggins gets 4 tough yards, and we're down. That probably will be the last play in the 3rd quarter. Shelton Robinson, number 57, tackled him.
You know, you have to be impressed with this young defensive line of the Seattle Seahawks. They're all #1 draft choices. Jeff Bryant, a #1 draft choice in '82 from Clemson. Tuiasa Sopo from UCLA, a #1 in '79, and Jacob Green, a #1 in '80. But they're all doing a good job, and you have to really be impressed with the way they're playing here this afternoon.
We still have our halftime score of 20-10 Washington. When we resume, it will be 2nd down and 6 for the Redskins from their own 45-yard line. We've had a scoreless 3rd quarter here, with each team missing a field goal. That is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score 20-10 Washington. We now pause for a word from your local station. Charlie Brown couldn't get there. Covered by Dave Brown, number 22, and John Harris, the safety man.
Charlie Brown, and the defensive back is ahead. Talking about Dave Brown, number 22. You have to really be a Houdini to get me able to make that catch with the way the coverage was. They covered it very well.
There's a little bit of bumping. That's incidental bumping, which is disregarded these days in the National Football League. And it's 3rd down and 6 as a result. No Washington is in. The Washington backfield. It's a 1st down for Joe Theismann on the scramble. Big play. That's twice he's done it.
Yeah, Joe's playing with so much poise and so much confidence, and he's very decisive. He sees what's happening. He takes off. He knows exactly where he has to go for the 1st down, and he makes the yardage and picks it up.
He's carried 3 times for 18 yards. Prior to today, he had averaged more than 9 yards per run. So he can still scoot. First down.
Look at all the room on the outside receiver over there, Jack.
Boy, you can just see things jolting when Riggins runs. He went inside the 45 to the 44. Shelton Robinson tackled him. 14 minutes left in the game. And a pickup of 4 yards by Riggins. Look at his total yards, 67.
Yeah, in all probability, we're going to see him stretch the fours on the ground. They're going to try to run the ball and maintain possession as much as they possibly can and keep the ball away from the Seattle Seahawks.
Walker on the wing, in motion. Moves down to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 1. When they have those 2 wide receivers to the left, and then they send the tight end in motion to the left, they've got some power over on that side.
Well, they got a lot of folks. It's called a triple wing formation, Jack. They got 3 people over there, and it puts an awful lot of pressure on the defensive backs in that area.
And they insist that everybody block on their team. There's no standing around.
Charlie Taylor, who was such a great receiver for Washington, works with the receivers, and he was a tough guy himself. He's very much like Otis Taylor we had, but he makes them do it all.
3 tight ends, including Didier.
They're going to run left, something left.
3rd down and 1. They run left with Riggins. Jeff Bryant was the first to get to him. Michael Jackson was in on the defensive play.
Watch the reaction of the defense. Look at 77, Jeff Bryant. And he's the defensive end, the one we talked about a little while ago, the #1 draft choice from Clemson. And he was a great wrestler in high school, and those kind of guys really are good players.
A loss of 5. Jeff Hayes to punt. Back to get it. John Harris inside his 15. He hung it high. It's well covered. Where's it going to bounce? Inside the 10. Down to the 5. Quite a kick by Jeff Hayes. We have 11:54 left in the game. That was only a 39-yard punt, but it did the job. This crowd is bananas. It's about as loud as your teenager's bedroom. With the music and the racket, they're trying to inspire their team from the 5-yard line. First down with Curtin Warner. The middle linebacker jammed it up, but Kurt Warner got 5 yards. Rich Malott, Mark Murphy in there defensively. These Redskins don't make many mistakes on defense.
So everything they run is a kind of a high percentage kind of a defense and offense, and they don't make many mistakes. They really don't.
Let's look at some scores of other games. We're 20-10 here in the 4th quarter. The Rams and the Jets are tied in the 3rd quarter, 14-all.
And Freeman McNeil separated the shoulder, Jack. It looks like he's going to out for 6 or 8 weeks. Boy, that's a tough blow.
17-13 in that other game.
5-16.
First down. Hughes the fullback, a tough catch and a good move. Harold Green covering him, good for 10 yards.
David Hughes comes out of the backfield, number 46, and he squats in the area, right in the hole, right between the numbers and the hash mark. He's open, makes the catch, and fights for another yard or 2 by reaching as far as he can to get more yardage on the play.
Ample time for the Seahawks, who trail by 10. 10:40 left in the game. Good job of throwing it away by Zorn. A couple more scores for you. He tried to get it out to Largent. There was heavy coverage on him. The Raiders lead Denver. We saw the Raiders last Monday. Boy, they're terrific. In the 3rd quarter, 10-0. And San Diego forges back ahead of Cleveland, which had been leading 24-21 3rd quarter. Here's some finals for the day. Dallas on a safety wins it over New Orleans, 21-20. St. Louis upset Philadelphia for their first win, 14-11. Another final, Minnesota over Detroit, 20-17. And here we are, 2nd and
10. Safety blitz.
And they ran right into the draw play. The safety man Jordan was blitzing, and Olkewicz helped him with the tackle. More scores and another final. Cincinnati wins their first game, 23-17 over Tampa Bay. And Buffalo a final over Houston, 30-13. Miami defeated Kansas City 14-6, bouncing back from their defeat of Monday night. And New England held on to beat Pittsburgh 28-23. Here it's 3rd and 10, another final in overtime. Baltimore by 3 over the Bears. Zorn needs 10 yards. 4-man rush. First down. He got it out to Werner. 14-yard pickup on 3rd down.
That's the kind of a matchup you want. You want a back like Werner on the linebacker, 57, Malott. You see him out in the flat. We saw him out in the flat. He makes the catch.
Running with him was the extra back, Anthony Washington. The ball out to the 34. John Riggins taking on some oxygen.
Come on, Dexter!
Jackson out of bounds. Arrow Jackson was all alone. What a bad time for Zorn to have a bad throw.
Yes, but Jackson was a little bit too close to the sideline. He did not give himself enough room on that kind of a play. It was a play action to the left, so you really have to do a good job of selling when you're away from the play like he was. You have to do a good job of selling your defensive back that you're going inside to give yourself enough time and then break to the outside. Then he would have had enough room on the sideline. That time he broke it too quickly.
2nd and 10 from the 34. Pretty good faking by Zorn on that last play as they take the draw. They're taking so long in the huddle. They've only got 6 seconds left on the 30-second clock, and they call a timeout. That's the first timeout used by Seattle in the second half. He ran that 30-second down to 5, and he knew he was in trouble, so he called timeout at 2nd and 10 from the Seattle 35. They trail by 10. Hank Stram and Jack Buck with you from the Kingdome in Seattle. We have 9:38 remaining in the game. The score at halftime was 20-10, and that's what it is now. We had a scoreless 3rd quarter. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Seahawks from their own 35. The extra back coffee is in there for Washington.
698.
4-man rush. A flag and a call against Malott. He reached in on Kurt Warner and evidently interfered with him.
I tell you, Jim Zorn really did a remarkable job of getting rid of the football. Dexter Manley, number 72, was right in his face. I don't know how he got rid of the ball like he did, but he got it on the money. And they call pass interference.
57. Number 24.
Oh, 24.
They call it against Anthony Washington. I thought it was Malott reaching in there, but Washington, the extra back, is the one called. In any event, it's a first down at the Seattle 45. I'll tell you one thing, if Seattle goes in and scores even 3 points, we're going to have a wild finish.
As I said, they're only a play and a half away from being back in the game, and they're moving the ball well. They were moving it well.
And a sack by Darryl Grant. Redskins came into the game with 13 sacks, and that was their first today. Darryl Grant got him.
And the Redskins came into the game with being 4th in total defense, 1 against the run and 10 against the pass, whereas the Seahawks offensively were 9 total, 4 running and 12 passing.
Sacked at the Seattle 38. It is 2nd down and 16.
Also coming into the game, Seattle averaged 44 runs a game and only 27 passes. They're going to have better balance here this afternoon, the way they've been playing.
Well, heretofore, that offensive line has been doing well for Seattle, but they allowed a sack that time. Intercepted. Vernon Dean comes away with the ball. He's still running. This play is still alive, and it goes down to the 22. Vernon Dean picked it off. That's his first of the year. He flew in there.
The ball was underthrown. Largent was working on him 1-for-1. The ball was just underthrown, thrown too low behind, and Vernon Dean comes in and sucks it right up, comes up for the interception. There you see it again. Comes in front of Largent and picks it up and makes a lot of extra yardage on the play down to the 22.
Just try it sometime. Go out in the backyard and dive for a ball like Vernon Dean did. Put it away, roll over a couple of times, and get up and see if you can run. The Redskins will try to put them away here. They're at the 22-yard line. Riggins in the backfield. Riggins carries. And got about 4. The Redskins have run 44 plays, and Riggins has carried the ball 23 times. More than half of their plays have gone to John Riggins.
And he's so durable, and an amazing thing about the guy is that he never fumbles.
He went to the 17. He's had 2 fumbles and 350 carries. Second down and 5. Give it to him again, Joe. Down near the 13, very close to a first down. 8 minutes left in the game. Riggins. What do you say? Hi, diddle.
Hi, diddle, Riggins up the middle. You know he's going to do it at this stage of the game, and he could, he just gets it done. But you have to give an awful lot of credit to the people up front: Joe Jacoby, Russ Grimm, Bostic, Mark May, George Stark. Boy, they really get off the ball in good shape. The important thing is they stay with their blocks, because they know if they give any kind of a crack to Riggins, he's going to take advantage of it.
7:25 left in the game. 3 tight ends, 3rd and 1. Riggins gets a first down. They stood him straight up for a moment, but he kept the big legs churning, and that'll take us under 7 minutes, and that is a first down.
I don't think people realize, as big as John Riggins is, that he was a 2-time 100-yard dash champion at the state of Kansas, ran the 109.8, and he still runs a lot faster than people think he does.
Shelton Robinson made that tackle at the 11. 6:50 left, and with a 10-point lead, these Redskins are trying to put them away. Warren is to the left. Now comes to the right side and sets up on a wing. Not this time. Riggins lost a couple. But as you say, Hank, the beauty of his running is he never drops the ball. He never puts you in the soup.
Now it looks like he's going to spike it into the ball, and he sticks it into his side and never falls out of there.
And of course, they're always trying to tackle the ball. That was Keith Butler in on the hit along with Bruce Schultz. 6:10 left in the game, clock running. There's been no scoring in the second half. There's more good NFL action to be seen on CBS today when this one is over. Joe Washington, look at him go. Very close to a first and goal. He's about a yard shy on that second down run.
They love to run that play when he's in the game as a kind of a change of pace. When Riggins not in, there's a trap play. They run it right up the middle, and he gets through the crack and gets the very most he could get out of the play. That ball's now on the 4-yard line, and they're going in for another touch.
Washington has run 3 times for 18 yards. Just had a birthday. Riggins is back in there. 3rd down and 2. Pass play. Touchdown. Rick Walker. A 4-yard touchdown pass, the 3rd of the day for Joe Theismann. His ability to avoid the rush set it up.
Yeah, he's a good mover, and the great thing about him is he really has a great feel for pressure. See, there he is. You see Tuiasosopo coming in there. He goes to the right, finds a receiver open, knows exactly where everybody is, delivers the ball right on the money. Touchdown, Washington.
2 turnovers by Seattle today, a fumble and a pass interception, and each led directly to a touchdown. The score is 26-10. The Redskins with Mosley trying to add the extra point. 5:07 left in the game. Mosley missed one earlier. And he makes this one good. 27-10. And now Mark Mosley has moved ahead of Sam Baker in total points in the National Football League.
Here's the play action fake. He gets pressure up the middle by Tuiasosopo, throws the ball outside. Touchdown, Washington.
Jeff Hayes kicking off. I bet you nickel Hank Stram. They don't get the ball out to the 25-yard line on the return. Is it a bet?
Well, that's a pretty good bet. They haven't done it all in the early games that they've played so far. So you're making a good bet, Jack.
Oh, the kick is short, and it is taken by Dixon on the 15. Well, I lost the bet. He is out near the 34-yard line. That was a short kick by Jeff Hayes. And we have a player limping off the field for the Redskins, Greg Williams, the safety man. Let's look at scores of some other games that are underway. They're tied in the third quarter, the Rams and the Jets, and you may be watching the end of that game here on CBS TV. Elsewhere, San Francisco ahead of Atlanta in the fourth quarter, 24-20. And the Raiders still blanking Denver 13-0 in the third quarter. San Diego leads the Browns by 3 in the third quarter. Seattle has to get busy. They trail by 17. 5 defensive backs for Washington. And that is a first down. Hauling that one in was Walker. Let's check the Rams again. They just kicked a field goal, and they're ahead of the Jets, 17-14 in the third quarter. Good play by Byron Walker out of the Citadel.
Johnny Robinson has really done an excellent job so far with the Rams, hasn't he?
He has. They're a spirited team. Look a little better than they did, a little different than they looked a year ago. They're measuring to see if he had a first down. They didn't give Walker the forward progress I thought he had. And he's short at second down. 4:36 left in the game. Well, 17 points behind Chuck. There's Chuck Knox along the sideline. Ray Prohaska, one of his assistants there with him. Here are a couple of final scores from today. Dallas won on the safety over New Orleans, 21-20. Dallas is undefeated, and Minnesota defeated Detroit 20-17. Well, we'll get a lot of you folks will get a look at that Minnesota game, entertaining the undefeated Dallas Cowboys here on CBS, or Philadelphia, Atlanta, the Cardinals at Kansas City, or Detroit at the Rams. It starts at 12:30 Eastern time. It's the second down for Seattle. Clock running, 4.5 left in the game. Yep, Larson caught it at the 33. Vernon Dean covered it.
I tell you, he's amazing. He's amazing how he gets open. He gets off the line of scrimmage. You don't wonder where he's going. All of a sudden, there he is, wide open. There you see him making an inside-outside move on Vernon Dean, and he catches the ball very close to the sideline and gets 24 yards in a play. Boy, he's something.
He's caught 6, talking about Largent for 97. 4:15 remaining in the game. Seattle trailing 27-10. Jackson And boy, the offensive line really did a good job of pinching down on that blocking, Hank, didn't they?
They really did. A lot of stunts going on up front, but they squeezed them in. And even though they're mismatched from a physical standpoint in a couple of positions, both guards are much lighter than the tackles of the Washington Redskins. I mentioned one outweighs one by 45 pounds, the other one by 33. But overall, that really hasn't been the difference in this game so far.
Prior to today, Jim Zorn had been sacked only 3 times. So it's 4 times in 4 games. That's how good that offensive line has done for him. 2nd down and 10 from the 33. 4:09 left in the game. Cornerback Darrell Green was covering, and the pass was thrown out of the end zone.
And Largent was open again. He just didn't get the ball to it. I tell you, he's something.
Largent is out of Tulsa. This is his 3rd year, 5'11", 185. He has a little laugh with one of the defenders walking back. Earlier, when that pass was intercepted by Dean in front of him, Largent thought he had dropped the ball. And Dean got up and ran like the Dickens down to the 22, and Washington went in to score. That may have been the one to put it away for the Redskins. How about the Raiders at Washington next week? That'll be something.
Boy, there'll be a lot of hitting there.
3rd down and 10. First and goal.
Shotgun formation. They run an inside pattern. Look how quickly he gets rid of the ball. Largent makes a tough catch, really way above his head, but he takes off and runs with it. And then for a moment, it looked like he might go all the way for the touchdown, but he's finally tackled there by Ken Coffey, number 48. Here he is again. Goes down and in a slot formation, goes across the middle, catches a high pass, makes him miss a tackle, goes down the field, and Ken Coffey, number 48, finally makes the tackle. Move just enough to turn him. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, you can't say enough about the Seahawks. They've hung in there. Zorn is 20 out of 36. 2 touchdowns, 1 intercepted. Washington will get the ball.
We might see an onside kick here.
Norm Johnson kicks it off. Washington gets it. Underneath that pile, I think, is Charlie Brown. But in any event, Washington has the ball at the Seattle 46 with 3:47 left in the game. Okay, Brent, we've got some action here. The Redskins lead by 10, 27-17. They can't afford any turnovers. Riggins runs with the ball. And he got 6, about 6.5 yards. This is the difference in the game, Hank Stram.
Well, the turnovers, 2 different turnovers, a fumble and an interception. But the big plays, the one to Garrett and one to Brown, really Brady were the two things that really turned this game around, I think, because there were big plays when they were moving the ball pretty well on the ground, but the big plays really stunned Seattle.
Vernon Dean intercepted a pass. Tony McGee recovered a fumble. John Riggins just got 6 yards. He did not get the first down.
Jack, talking about maintaining possession, the Redskins came into this game with 581 carries without a fumble, which is amazing. That's 34 quarters and 8.5 games ago. Oh, that's something, isn't it?
Well, if Seattle is going to get back into the game, they have to stop Washington on this very play. From the 38, it's 3rd and 2. Down. There's a flag. Robinson, the middle linebacker, made the tackle, number 57. Holding Washington. 3rd and 12 coming up. And Joe Jacoby, the offensive tackle on the left side, is down for a moment.
You know, coming into the game, the Seahawks came in with 17 penalties in the 3 games they played, and the Redskins with 20.
They're tending to Joe Jacoby, the big tackle out of Louisville. Washington's had 4 penalties today, and Seattle 3.
73, 3rd down.
2:17 left in the game. Mark May, the right guard, was called for holding. They're going to mark the ball back to the 46. Making it 3rd down and 11.
You know, they got some good athletes on that offensive line. And talking about the Washington Redskins, Russ Grimm, for example, in high school, was a linebacker, was a punter, was a quarterback, scored 41 points in a high school basketball game once, won 9 letters at Southmoreland High School in Pennsylvania, and in conjunction with that, he was on the National Honor Society. Not bad, huh?
Not bad. We're talking about Russ Grimm. The center is Jeff Bostic. Mark May, the right guard. George Stark, the right tackle. The tight ends are Don Warren and Rick Walker. And Jacoby appears to be in pretty good shape walking off. Well, what happened elsewhere? The Rams are leading in the 3rd quarter by 3 over the Jets, 17-14. And San Francisco hangs on to a 4-point lead in the 4th quarter over the Atlanta Falcons. The Raiders have increased it 20-0. Final period against Denver. Undefeated Raiders, I may add. San Diego by 3 in the 4th quarter over the Browns. Now Ken Huff goes into the right guard's spot, and Mark May plays the left tackle. Caught up with it. 2:04 left. Clock stopped. On the out-of-bounds play, and 4th down coming up for the Redskins. And the punter is in, Jeff Hayes.
Yeah, you have to be impressed with this Seattle Seahawks team, the way they've played. They played with a lot of enthusiasm. Intensity's been very good. And even though they've been down, why, they're still playing hard.
They'll be playing at Cleveland next Sunday. This will be the 3rd punt of the afternoon for Jeff Hayes. And back to get it is John Harris.
He'll try to kick one of those elevator balls again as high as he can possibly kick it, and hope that it'll settle down inside the 5.
4th down and 11. There's Harris. He hopes to do something scintillating here. 27-17 the score. The Redskins lead by 10. They need a good snap from center and a good kick. Bostic snaps the ball. It rolls down 2. the 26. Now the clock ran until there's only 1:50 left. So 10 points behind, a long way to go, and 1:49 to get there. At the moment, you can see the officials breaking up a huddle. They talk about the different rules that apply during the final 2 minutes of the game. Hank Stram, you and I will be in the Meadowlands tomorrow night for the Green Bay Giant game on CBS Radio. We hope the folks are tuning in.
Yeah, look forward to the game. Not so much for the ride though tonight, Jack. After this one.
10 points behind.
5-16.
Seahawks at their 26. Incomplete. He tried to get it out to Dornick, the running back. That stops the clock with 1:44 left, and the linebacker Mel Kaufman had Dornick covered. Washington has been ahead throughout. They led 20-10 at the half. We had a scoreless third quarter, and each team has scored a touchdown in the fourth period, and there's Chuck Knox. And unless his forces rally, he'll be 2-2, and the Redskins will be 3-1, but still chasing the 4-0 Cowboys.
You know, you have to be impressed with the kind of a job that Joe Gibbs and his coaching staff have done with this Washington Redskins team. Boy, it's tough. Only people who have won the Super Bowl know how tough it is to repeat. They haven't repeated yet, but they're playing good football.
590. 590.
Incomplete. That'll make it 3rd down and 10. And for an NFL Today. Well, we've had some excitement here, just as the Jets and the Chargers have had. There's our score. The Redskins by 10. 1:39 left, and a big play coming up. 3rd down and 10 for Seattle from their own 26. We'll let you listen to Zorn. Was covered by Darrell Green, the speedy cornerback. Largent has had a prolific day. He has caught 8 passes for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns.
You know, a lot of teams have abandoned the shotgun formation because they find it very difficult to hear the signals because of all the racket in the stadiums, especially the visiting teams. But Seattle, they like it very much. Zorn really does a good job running. I'm amazed how well he stayed in the pocket here this afternoon.
This is their last gasp. 4th and 10. 4th down. Largent caught it. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Incomplete. The ball goes over to Washington. Darrell Green covering the pass out of bounds. As Largent made a good grab, but not in the field. And with 1:27 remaining, the Seahawks have only 1 timeout, and the Redskins are going to win this one.
I'm surprised he ran that rollout to the right, Jack. He's a left-handed passer. It would have been much easier for him to do it to the other side. But, of course, he was on the shorter side of the field, and probably that's why he elected to roll to the strong side to his right and try to deliver that football. But it was tough for a left-hander to do that.
You think Riggins will carry the ball?
If he doesn't, we really got a scoop again.
The ball is at the 26. They're really tugging at that football, but they can't get it away from Big John. There are about 4 hands in there trying to take it away. Joe Nash, the nose guard, tackled him. Seattle will be able to stop the clock only 1 more time, and even that will be a futile effort. They trail by 10.
See the arms on John? He's strong. Boy, he's got strong hands and strong arms. They're like a couple of wagon tongues hanging in there because he's he never loses that football. It's amazing.
He has carried 29 times, 85 yards. You see the clock. Seattle still has 1 timeout remaining. They hope they can get the ball. That's the only thing they can resurrect the situation. Back to near the original line of scrimmage. Tackled by Bruce Schultz. Riggins led the league in number of carries prior to today. And he's been doing his share again this afternoon. The clock is stopped with 36 seconds remaining. Riggins has carried 23 times. 72 yards. He got the first touchdown of the game. And that's the last time out for Seattle. And the Redskins will be 3-1, still chasing the 4-0 Cowboys. And Seattle, which had won 2 in a row over impressive teams. The Jets in San Diego will be 2-2, and they travel to Cleveland. Meanwhile, Washington will entertain the Raiders at RFK. Boy, they're good. There's John Riggins. Now, you folks watching this game will see the end of the game at Shea Stadium, where San Diego and the Jets are going up and down the field. 21-17 that score, with the Jets having gone back on top. Here we have only 36 seconds remaining, and Chuck Knox knew he had his hands full coming in, Hank.
He really did. He didn't have any aspirations of his team doing anything more than what they've done here this afternoon. They thought maybe if the Redskins would play poorly and they would have a chance. They always felt they had a chance to win the game, of course, because you know as well as I do, the better team doesn't always win. But he was very realistic coming into the game.
Well, the snap of the ball, they down it. Charlie Brown was playing the safety spot. Hank, you think the 2 long touchdown passes really changed it around? One to 64 yards, and one to Charlie Brown, and one for 47 yards to Alvin Gardner.
I really do. I think it kind of shocked them because overall, I didn't think going into the game, I'm sure the Seattle didn't think that they were going to get hurt by big plays, big bombs. They had to stop the run. They were very concerned about that, and they were doing a reasonable job of doing that, but in the final analysis, 2 big plays really stunned them.
Joe Theismann, there's Joe Gibbs, the winning coach. He has an extension to his contract, and after this year, he has 5 more years at the helm. And there's Chuck Knox. He just got through shaking hands with Theismann. This was a good football game to watch.
Yeah, it really was, and the Redskins came into the game trying to win their 10th consecutive road game, and they got it done. The record for consecutive road games has been established by the San Diego Chargers. They have 11, so they're going for the record next week.
Terry O'Neill, the executive producer of CBS Sports. Senior producer, Chuck Milton. Producer, John Ferratzis. And our director, Joe Assetti. Associate producer, Bill Brown. Brooks Graham, the field technical manager, and Rich Gentile, our broadcast associate. Others involved in the coverage of the game from the Kingdome with a crowd of 61,000. And they saw the Redskins go out in front. They led at the half by the score of 20-10, a scoreless third quarter. Here's our final score. The Redskins are 3-1 and Seattle 2-2. Jack Buck for Hank Stram. Let's go to Pat Summerall and John Madden in New York.